Hola a todos, bienvenidos y vamos a conversar con nuestro primer invitado aquí en el StartCo 2024. Nos acompaña Ben White de un Venture Capital, así que vamos a darle la bienvenida. Welcome Ben, how are you?
Mucho gusto, gracias.
Can you tell us more about your VC, the name and you, your story, why are you here?
VC4A is it's actually an organization that started with a focus on the African continent. What we saw in going back to 2007
Wow.
is that you have incredible entrepreneurial talent across emerging markets, building really meaningful companies. Our focus is always high growth, high impact. And impact is really in the countries where the population, the global population is, and where people need products and services. At the same time, what was very frustrating for us is that these entrepreneurs, while they could be doing such incredible things with their companies, they were having to do this in very difficult circumstances.
Yeah.
Sometimes infrastructure is missing, financial infrastructure is incomplete. There's all kinds of gaps in the system that the entrepreneur has to address.
Yeah.
And we feel that that's just wrong.
Yeah.
And we should do something about it. So VC4A is really focused on trying to make it easier for entrepreneurs to connect to the resources, the partners, the hard and the soft capital that they need to grow. We're a membership organization, so there's 250,000 members
Wow.
that are part of VC4A in 179 countries now, so it's grown much larger. There's about 28,000 startups part of the VC4A network, 4,500 of which are in Latin America.
Wow.
And we're here in Bogota with a cohort of 10 companies, women founders, building scale-ups, seed and Series A. And we're here for a residency where the companies are connecting with investors and partners and to raise funding for their businesses.
Very interesting, and like the impact that you are creating in the region. And in what kind of industries do you invest?
So high growth, high impact. So really it's across the industries, right? It's more about the innovation, the disruptive nature of these businesses. And we're seeing them use a lot of technology in their approach, but it's not about the technology, it's about the application. And you're seeing, innovation in healthcare, education, energy systems, financial services, transportation, logistics, agriculture. So it's really across the spectrum of the industries where you're seeing this innovation.
Yeah.
But again, this focus on high growth, high impact companies.
Perfect. And first, you saw the potential in Africa, and when did you start having interest for Latin America, and why? Why you see in the Latin America startup ecosystem?
It started when, I think maybe 10 years ago, if you were building a company in Kenya, the next natural step was to say, okay, well then we must go to Tanzania, or we must go to Uganda. If we're building a company in Peru, then maybe the next most natural place we should go to is the country next door.
Yeah.
I think entrepreneurs learned very quickly, very painfully, that doesn't necessarily make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
You could be building a company in South Africa and realize that the next big market for your business is not Zimbabwe, but Mexico.
Yeah.
And so entrepreneurs are much quicker to move to other parts of the world because the market is the best fit for their product or their service. So you're seeing innovation move between different countries and across continents. So we have entrepreneurs who are moving into Latin America. We have Latin American companies who are expanding into the African space. We have a lot of also innovation being transferred between Africa and India. And you see the investors as well, they start to look more globally at opportunities. So it's just a natural evolution of the startup ecosystem.
And what difference are unique from Latin America that you said that made you more interested in the region? What are the best characteristics of the Latin American ecosystem?
So we find an incredible number of similarities, actually.
Okay.
And sometimes I'll be, standing at an event like this, and I'll almost forget that I'm in Latin America and I'm not at one of the startup events in Africa. So I think there's incredible synergies, and there's a lot of opportunities that can be unlocked between these markets.
Yeah.
And that's what we're really interested in starting to facilitate.
Yeah.
And I think that's a conversation that is going to grow with time, and we're going to see a lot more activity between these countries, between these two continents.
And how many startups from Latin America do you have in your portfolio right now?
So it's about 4,500 startups that are part of the network, part of the VC4A network. And then here in Colombia, we brought 10 businesses that were selected as part of one of our programs called the Venture Showcase. We're working with investors in our network to identify businesses that are ready for seed and Series A funding.
Okay.
So now we have 10 here in Bogota, but before we've already done 9 other editions. We've had 115 companies come through the program, and they've been able to raise 850 million in venture capital.
Wow.
So we have a very nice model that's working, and we're using it to identify the best companies and to really help them find those partnerships and to grow and to scale.
Perfect. And what is the amount of your tickets, your investment tickets?
Yeah, so VC4A really operates from pre-seed all the way through Series A. We have more than 20,000 investors that are part of the network. 17,000 are more in the angel investment space. VC4A also does co-matched funding.
Yeah.
So in certain countries, it's possible to give a startup 100,000 on the condition that they're able to raise an equal amount from local investors.
Yeah.
So this is helping to catalyze that really early stage deal flow. But then we work with about 2,000 institutional investors. So these are your VC funds, accelerator funds, impact funds, family offices. And they're really investing at the seed and the Series A stage. And then again, really with a focus on emerging markets.
And you think that family office from all over the world or VCs from other parts of the world are looking with more interest Latin America? What's like their opinion about the ecosystem here?
Well, so a lot of our work is focused on mobilizing local capital.
Yeah.
So we want Colombians to be investing in Colombian startups. We want Nigerians to be investing in Nigerian startups. That's sort of first and foremost, because when that happens, there's a platform in place that makes it easier for international investors to participate. So it's really about building networks of capital within ecosystems, and then as they're developing portfolios of companies, it becomes increasingly interesting for international capital to become involved.
Perfect. And what are your plans for the rest of the year for this 2024 in Latin America?
So with the Venture Showcase last year, we were in Bolivia, in Santa Cruz.
Wow.
This year we're in Bogota, Colombia. So next year, I can't say yet where we'll be, but we're really looking forward to further discovering ecosystems across the continent and working with the best startups and helping them find investors. So we're looking forward to doing a lot more in the region.
And are you enjoying the StartCo? What's your opinion about the event?
I think our entire time in Bogota has been amazing because people they're very open. There's a strong energy and also a willingness to collaborate. So we've been able to form partnerships and collaborations with a lot of great organizations very quickly and very easily. And so I think I think that energy is fantastic. So for entrepreneurs out there, if you're interested in incubation acceleration support, if you would like to take advantage of an online startup academy with many modules and courses you can take about venture capital and raising funding, if you are looking for mentors, people to work with you and your business, or you're raising capital for your company, please come check out VC4A.com. It's a free network, takes 2 seconds to register, but you'll find a universe of resources and support there. And we look forward to working together and to watching you build awesome companies.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Ben. Muchas gracias a todos. Nos veremos en una próxima entrevista. Y porque queremos conocer más sobre el impacto y el trabajo que hace VC4A, es que nos acompaña Alejandra también de esta iniciativa, que nos va a contar un poco más acerca de este programa que realizan con startups. Hola Ale, ¿cómo estás?
Hola, muchas gracias. Sí, bueno, como ya se explicó, VC4A es una plataforma que apoya emprendedores, principalmente en el levantamiento de capital, y tenemos un programa que se llama Venture Showcase, que hemos tenido ya 8 ediciones en África y esta es la segunda en Latinoamérica. La que tenemos este año es una Female Founder Edition, dado que queremos apoyar a las mujeres emprendedoras en tecnología específicamente, debido a que hay un gran gap en inversión para tecnología, sobre todo en la región de Latinoamérica. Entonces, en este programa que justamente estamos haciendo el kickoff esta semana aquí en Bogotá, en StartCo, y estuvimos también en la Universidad EAN dándoles unos workshops, y organizamos también un pitch day para ellas, donde invitamos inversionistas y otras organizaciones de apoyo para darles visibilidad. Entonces, te cuento un poquito más lo que es el programa. El programa tiene mentorías individuales, masterclasses en levantamiento de capital, y cerramos con Demo Day y Deal Rooms. Tenemos actualmente 50 fondos de Latinoamérica involucrados en el programa, y con estos fondos es que vamos a trabajar. Ellos son los que van a dar las masterclasses, las mentorías. Entonces, estas 10 emprendedoras que hemos elegido van a recibir toda esta visibilidad y todas estas conexiones con estos fondos.
Qué buena noticia, porque sí o sí se necesitan programas e iniciativas para cortar la brecha en el ecosistema. Y ¿nos puedes contar un poco quizás de algunas de las fundadoras, cuáles son sus proyectos?
Claro, como decía, tenemos 10 startups en este momento. Tenemos 2 startups de México, 2 de Chile, una de Argentina, una de Costa Rica, que de hecho es la única de Centroamérica. Tenemos también 2 de Colombia y una de Perú. Creo que no me faltó ninguna, pero espero que no. Y bueno, te cuento un poquito qué hacen. Están en distintas industrias. Hay una que está en biotecnología, tenemos 2 que están en fintech, 3 en fintech, 2 en agri-fintech. Tenemos otra que es un marketplace. De hecho, te les puedo dar un ejemplo así más práctico. ¿Sí? Esta es Circula de Perú. Es un marketplace donde ella vende la comida que ya no se vendió en restaurantes con descuento, y esto nos ayuda a que no haya tanto food waste, ¿no?
Sí. Pero no, qué buena iniciativa. Y entonces, ¿cuándo va a ser el Demo Day para las emprendedoras?
Estamos arrancando esta semana con el programa. Nos siguen 2 meses de mentorías, entrenamientos en levantamiento de capital, y vamos a tener un Demo Day virtual en mayo, más o menos a mediados, y los Deal Rooms también. Los Deal Rooms son cerrados, son solamente con los inversionistas que hacen parte del programa, y el Demo Day sí es abierto a público general. Como mencionaba, esta semana también pudimos hacer un Demo Day justo el día de ayer, donde algunos fondos de Latinoamérica fueron a conocer a nuestras emprendedoras.
Buenísimo. Y tú me contabas tras de cámara que ya a fines de año quizás abran una nueva convocatoria. Si puedes invitar a los founders que nos están escuchando también a que estén atentos.
Claro, justo. Sí, el programa de Venture Showcase se hace más o menos de manera anual. No tenemos todavía una fecha específica, creo que puede ser por ahí después de agosto. Yo invito a las personas que nos estén viendo, sobre todo a los emprendedores y a los inversionistas, a que hagan un perfil en la página, es vc4a.com, como inversionista o como emprendedor, y de esta manera les van a llegar nuestras comunicaciones de convocatorias que tengamos ahí. También nos pueden seguir en LinkedIn. Y mediante la plataforma los emprendedores también pueden ponerse en modo fundraising, que es para que los inversionistas los puedan ver también. Es decir, no tienen que esperar hasta que haya un programa para ya empezar a tener visibilidad y conexiones con los fondos de nuestra red. Lo pueden hacer desde ya haciendo un perfil en la plataforma.
Muchísimas gracias, Ale, por contarnos más acerca de la iniciativa y de lo que hace VC4A, así que muchas gracias.
Gracias, un gusto.
Chao.